Hey friends, it's so lovely to see you on this Tuesday afternoon here at Hot Jobs with HireMilitary. If this is your first time that you have joined us, welcome. It's so lovely to see you. If you've been around the block and you've been here a time or two, welcome back. Great to see you too. Let us know who's here. Let us know in the comments what you're up to, where you are, what sort of role that you're looking for, and any other comment or question you have for us today. Equally, if you follow me and you saw my post on LinkedIn probably about an hour ago, you will have seen that I am in Fairbanks and it is currently, I put 14 degrees as the temperature. Now it's 7 degrees. So tell me how warm it is where you are and let me be jealous of you. This is our favorite 30 minutes of the week. We get to spend it with you, sharing our support, our encouragement, and our advice, as well as talking about all of our newest roles, either SkillBridge internship opportunities or direct hire. Hey, we've got Graf and Veer, Stephen in Arizona, Juan, got Hillian, Zachary. It's lovely to see you all today. Who else have we got? Jeremy in Orlando. I bet it's warm in Orlando, Jeremy. Hey, mate, Stephen. Oh, 65 degrees. Oh my gosh, that's practically 60 degrees warmer than I am. If you are unaware, we are here for the whole of the military community, whether you're a spouse, a veteran, or a transitioning service member. So really and genuinely tell us what you want and you need. If we don't share something that is of interest to you today, please don't be discouraged. We like to take this information from you because it really helps us work out with our corporate partners across the US the sorts of roles that would be good for our community. But equally, we want to know how we may be able to help you in the future and what you're looking for. And if we don't share anything with you right now, we may be able to point you to our website, HireMilitary.us, where we have multiple other opportunities for you. If you are unfamiliar with how we go about things here, we normally and ordinarily only share about 3 roles on the direct hire, on the SkillBridge side, and then about 6 or 7 on the direct hire side. So really, of the 150 to 200 that we have, it's genuinely just a highlight reel. So do after this take a look at our website, HireMilitary.us, and keep it bookmarked because we update those on a daily basis. Oh my gosh, Justin, you're in Fargo, not quite winter yet. Good for you. I'm very, very pleased. If there is nothing that is of interest to you, do take a look at our website as well. And there is a big button that says join our talent pool. The reason why we ask you to submit your information to that is so that when we are actively sourcing for roles, we go to that first of all. And if we know that you're looking and we know sort of the sphere and the realm that you're looking in, we can contact you before we go out to market and start to advertise those positions elsewhere. If you are new and you don't know who I am, I'm Lucy. I head up the talent acquisition team here at HireMilitary. Like I've told you, I am in Alaska. So Fairbanks, Alaska, my husband is currently active duty Air Force, and we are at Eielson Air Force Base. I'm going to introduce you to everybody else who is with me today, but there is one different face here, shall I say. I'm not going to say new face because Kate is back with us. Kate is one of our recruiters. She has been off for a short while, but she came back and joined us again last week. So, Kate, I'm going to go over to you first of all. Tell everybody about yourself, who you are, what have you been up to, and why have you only just come back to us after a 3-month break?
3-month break. I can't believe it. The 3 months is over already. But hello, everyone. My name is Kate Wood, like Lucy mentioned. I'm a senior recruiter here at HireMilitary. I'm an active duty military spouse. My husband is in the Army, and we are currently stationed in Panama. So that's part of why I've been out of the office. Also just welcomed our 4th child in July. So I've been on maternity leave, and that's why I've been MIA here from Hot Jobs, but I am back. Very excited to be back with the team and jumping right into Hot Jobs and being here on this broadcast with everyone today. So thanks, Lucy. It's really great to be back. Really excited to share some roles with our community today.
It's really lovely to have you back. And if you're unfamiliar, for the longest time when we first started here at HireMilitary, it was just the Kate and Lucy show. Now there's 10 of us in the team, but for the longest time, it was just the 2 of us. So we are the OGs here. And Kate, it's just wonderful to have you back. Audryn, for the very last time, tell us who you are and tell us a bit about yourself.
So thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. Audryn Paul, one of the SkillBridge recruiters here, background in logistics, and just happy to be here and be able to, help everybody that's in the chat and everybody else. It's just great, And I want to tell you that it's 62 degrees here in beautiful Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh my God, nobody likes a show off, I can tell you that. We'll come back to you in a second, Audrey, because the reason it's his last Hot Jobs with us today is because his internship is coming to an end next week, and we are all terribly sad. And so I wanted to take a little bit of time before we moved on to our internships and our opportunities to talk to him about what he's learned here. But before we do that, Amber, I'm heading over to you. Who are you?
Thanks, Lucy. Welcome back, Kate. Audrey, I'm really excited that you're here with us one more week. Also, we've got some changes on our team, guys. But my name's Amber. I am on the recruiting team here. I'm an Air Force veteran. My husband is still active duty Air Force. We're in San Antonio, and it's 72 degrees. I did see some of my San Antonio friends in the comments also. Shout out to Roberto, to Anne. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today.
I feel like everybody who's tuning in today has like a 6 at the beginning of their temperature, not just a 6 like I have. But Audrey, I don't know if you're in the comments right now, but you can see that Mike Quinn, our CEO, is a firm fan of your voice, just like I am. I'm going to miss it so much. But before we move on, let's have a quick chat. What I wanted to find out from you, and what I wanted to share with you today, share with everybody here today, rather, was a couple of learnings from your internship specifically and your internship with us here at HireMilitary. For those that don't know, all of us are remote. We do live across the US. I am Alaska. We have people in Panama and, in between. So what I think it would be key to share, and I think what people would be interested in, is if you had to prioritize everything that you learned during your time as a recruiter here, and without a recruiting background at all, because you came in as a first sergeant from the Air Force, what is your biggest takeaway?
Well, thank you for that question, Lucy. I would say my biggest takeaway is the culture. The culture of HireMilitary, what has been built in HireMilitary, is just huge. Being able to step into something, be welcomed with open arms, and just the things that we're doing for not only transitioning service members, military spouses, and vets, um, is just remarkable. Being able to come in and just be, not the new guy, but just the new person that needs to learn, and being like helped along the way, every step of the way, being able to ask those dumb questions because I got tons of them. It was just a great thing. I can't say anymore. Just a team that we have is great.
I agree, but it always feels wonderful when somebody else validates what I think and corroborates. So thank you. I appreciate that. Let's talk about you. What did you learn about yourself during this time?
So I'm gonna give a little bit of background. So before I was a first sergeant, like I said, I had background logistics, right? So me, I'm kind of old school, if you will. Um, I really appreciate going and speaking to people, face to face in person. I used to get some weird eyes about that, and some grief, kind of, because I would go out. I like to sit down and talk to people. So translating that into this, well, actually, even before that, being the first sergeant, I'm talking to people day in and day out, and that was like the highlight. So transitioning from being a first sergeant, coming into stuck behind a computer, and as far as remote, it was a little hard, um, but I was able to make way. And then, like I talked about the culture before, it was easy to kind of make that transition. And I'm not going to put anybody on blast just yet, but having leaders within the company that go above and beyond and make things as good as they can be, that you wouldn't even think about, as far as having baby showers virtually. I didn't even think that was a thing, but being able to see that type of stuff, it just made it so much easier and bearable.
Thank you. You know, it's really hard working in a remote culture, and everybody like comes out of the military, and often that is the priority. But it does take a certain type of person. And if you haven't worked remote before and you are an extrovert, you do like being around people. It's definitely a shift, isn't it, in terms of work environment. So when we talked about that last week, it was really interesting to me, and I felt like that was something that was really beneficial to others to share. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I'm not going to go on because I'll probably start crying. Instead, we'll get going with some jobs instead. So as we share our roles today, please comment with the title of the specific position that we are talking about. Often we come back and share the URL after the event. If we share it live now, the algorithms are such with LinkedIn that it deletes our comment. So we come back and we share. So if you say this one, and we're looking at the comments in 30 minutes time, we haven't got a clue what that one is. So definitely put the name of the job title. Like I said to you before, please be aware that this is very much top line highlight reel of what we've got to help you with. So if you don't hear about something that you think, oh, that's for me, take a look at our website, HireMilitary.us. And also in the event today, as you can see along the ticker along the bottom, we have added some additional documents to share with you. One of them is Mike Quinn's Mastering LinkedIn workshop. If you've been around a while, you'll know that I wax lyrical about that. It is the 2 hours of your life that you will never want back. And his next one is on the 17th of November, 7 p.m. Eastern time. The other is a document. It's a newsletter, actually, a LinkedIn newsletter that shares how to target your resume, the Cliff's Notes version. Olivia in marketing and my recruiting team put that together over a number of weeks, and it's got everything you need to know about creating a stellar resume for a specific role as written by recruiters. So definitely a hot read. Take a look if you haven't already. We're going to start with the SkillBridge internships. So for the last time, Audryn, over to you. What you got?
Thank you again, Lucy. So, as usual, SkillBridge. Now, we see a lot of people in the chats that are returning, and thank you. And then we have some new people, so thank you for tuning in as well. So, I'll go ahead and let you know, just in case you don't. Here at HireMilitary, we provide DoD SkillBridge program internship opportunities, right? This is for eligible transitioning service members during their last 6 months of service. This time is usually calculated by their ETS and EAS dates. Now, our internships typically range between 90 to 120 days, and mainly based on your performance and some other factors, there's a very high probability for a full-time offer at the end. So keep that in mind as I go through these. Now, how many of you, back when you were younger, you would get with your friends and you would talk about if you were a superhero and you had superhero, powers, what would you do? So me specifically, I would like to, be able to walk through walls. So the reason I say that is because Masonite, they allow you to do that. They're one of the leading manufacturers of interior and exterior doors for residential and architectural use. And that is what drives them to innovate. For over 95 years, they've helped make buildings better through innovative door solutions and a friction-free customer service, as well as unmatched service. So right now, I have a couple that I want to just let you know about. This first one here is in Jefferson City, Tennessee, as an operations manager. And the general duties for this one is implementing strategic programs that improve workplace safety, employee engagement, labor efficiency, on-time delivery, and extraordinary customer service. Also, generating reports to efficiently or effectively communicate production contributions, lead times, continuous improvement efforts, and manufacturing issues. Some of the qualifications for this one, but aren't limited to these two, are a minimum of probably 5 to 7 years of experience in manufacturing management is very preferred. Also, ability to create and drive change while efficiently and effectively commuting that throughout the organization. Also, I have one, and this is my other one for Greenville, Texas. So if anybody, I saw some people in Texas. If this one's for you, please hit us in the chats or Don't forget, you can always go to HireMilitary.us where we have the list of all of them. Okay. So, like I said, this one's in Greenville, Texas, and is a production supervisor. Now, this position right here for the general duties is productivity, of course, and that's meaning measure the efficiency of the employees, the equipment, and overall cost efficiency. Another general duty, but aren't limited to these two, are employee development, meaning attract, retain, and engage your team members by following cultural pillars of integrity, under pressure, and people are key. A couple of the qualifications for this are going to be a minimum of 3 years leadership experience in a team-based lean manufacturing environment, as well as a college degree in a related field is preferred, or a combination of high school degree with several years of experience in a supervisory role. So, like I said, it's just those two right now that I'm giving you right now. However, we have tons of them on our website, HireMilitary.us. All right. Thank you, Lucy. Back to you.
Thank you so much. So many people in the chat today. It's really lovely to see friends that we have come to know over the weeks, and also brand new people as well. See, somebody's from Minot. That was my last base. So Amanda, hi there. We were stationed there up until last year. Amber, it's your turn. What have you got on the direct hire side?
Oh, Lucy, we got some roles today. We actually have, over the last week, I feel like we've gotten at least a dozen new positions. The last week, I mean like Thursday, Friday, yesterday. So I'm excited to share a couple new positions with you guys today. And the first one I'm going to start with is a staff systems engineer. This position is located out of Arlington, Virginia, and our client is in the international research and engineering world. So in this role, you will be supporting their programs that deal with multiple information systems. This includes the weekly maintenance, the audits, and of course, tech support that goes along with the systems administrator position. So requirements for this one do include a secret security clearance, a bachelor's degree, and that Sec Plus certification. So that's a staff systems administrator. It's located out of Arlington. If you're interested in it, drop that job title in the chat so I can reach out to you after this with the link. The next one that I have is a production scheduler. This position is located out of Kansas City, Missouri, and we've been working with this client for quite a while now, which is really, really exciting. They're a leader in the metal industry, though, and they go back about 200 years. So in this production scheduler position, you'll be performing some of the administrative duties like scheduling, shipping, receiving. So they do prefer somebody that has SAP experience. Additionally, high school diploma, strong Microsoft Office skills experience. That's a production scheduler, and it's out of Kansas City, Missouri. I have one more that I want to touch on. I just posted it this morning. This is entry level. Oftentimes, our community is always looking for some entry level roles. This is an entry level security administrator out of Abilene, Texas, with one of the nation's top performing banks. And so I think the best thing about this, I should say, is the opportunity that they're offering for career pathways for growth. And they are really, really eager to welcome our military community, transitioning service members, veterans, military spouses, you name it. They're open to it. So that's a security administrator out of Abilene. If you're interested, please drop it in the comments and I will reach out to you after this with a link. Otherwise, Kate, I'm going to pass it your way.
Well, thank you, Amber. I just want to give a quick shout out to Saham in the chat. She is tuning in from Philadelphia, and I just have to say, go Phillies. I'll probably get some backlash for that in the chats, but my husband is from Philadelphia, so just had to throw that out there real quick. I have several roles to share today. The first two are from Matt. So if you are interested in the two roles I'm going to share in the beginning, please reach out to Matt Hart. He's the lead recruiter on those roles and can share more information with you as well. The first role I have is a project coordinator role. This is in Houston, Texas, and it is also available for a SkillBridge internship. For this project coordinator role, it's for direct hire, or it can be SkillBridge as well. So if you are interested, just type project coordinator into the chat as I explain more about the role. This is a really great opportunity to kind of step in the role of project program management. In this role, you will help to coordinate the development and deployment of projects for successful implementation. They are just looking for a high school diploma. College degree is preferred, but a high school diploma will suffice. And they're looking for someone with a minimum of 3 years of project support and planning scheduling experience. So because it's available for SkillBridge, this is open for someone that's coming straight out of the military, whether you want to do it as a SkillBridge internship or as a permanent role as well. So again, that's a project coordinator role in Houston, Texas. The next role I have is really interesting. This is a construction logistics specialist, and it's technically open nationwide. I'll explain a little bit more about exactly what that means. But to give you a little bit more about this role, the construction logistics specialist will be responsible for setting up and managing construction site-based inventory distribution program. They will manage all aspects of material logistics and will coordinate with the EPC staff of the company and the client to ensure timely material support based on the project construction schedule. So the reason why we said this role is nationwide is that this position will be on site at the construction sites of this company. And after that construction project is finalized, you'll have the opportunity to move to the next location in order to help run that project. So typically every 1 to 2 years, they're seeing the construction logistics specialist move to different construction sites. They do offer relocation assistance when you relocate for those projects. So it's really an exciting opportunity to get to be able to travel the country and manage construction projects. For this role, they need someone with a high school diploma or GED and 2 years of inventory and logistics experience required. They did mention that, if you were a supply sergeant in the military or had inventory logistics experience, that will suffice as well. So that's a really exciting role. And again, if you're interested, just type construction logistics specialist into the chat and we'll be able to provide the direct link and give you more information on that role. So I have 2 more to offer for direct hire this afternoon. And these roles are from a really great client that we are just beginning to work with. They are the largest American retailer of aftermarket automotive parts. They've been voted a 2021 Forbes World's Best Employer and a Best for Vets Employer by Military Times as well. So the 2 roles that we have to share from this company are both in product marketing. They are going to be located in Memphis, Tennessee, or one of the roles can be remote for the right candidate. In this role, or in these roles in product marketing, you're going to become an expert on the company's data assets, their technology infrastructure, and customers seeking a deep understanding of their problems and their customers and working towards solutions in a collaborative, agile team environment. So for these roles, we do need someone that has at least 5 years of Scrum and Agile experience and someone that has an ability to communicate cross-functionally between IT and marketing departments, really get into those nitty-gritty details on the product and be able to communicate that back and forth between IT and marketing. So if you are interested or you have that Scrum Agile experience and are interested, just type product marketing roles into the chats and I'll be able to reach out to you directly about those roles. So that's all I have today. Back to you, Lucy.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. There's some great jobs out there at the moment. And like I said earlier, these are definitely just the top of the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg, even when it comes to what we have. So do take a look at our website. Whilst I'm talking right now, we've got another couple of minutes before we finish off today. If you do have a specific question about your job search, your journey, or any obstacles that you are endeavoring to overcome, try and throw them in the chat. And if we get a chance to, we will answer them in person now. Otherwise, we will come back to you a little later and draft a response to you. But Andrew asked, and I know that Brandy was talking to him in the chat, but I think this is a great question for us and the team here today is, are these jobs that we have been talking about, the direct hire roles, are they available for SkillBridge as well? So Kate, I'm going to ask you that question.
Sure. So like I mentioned, that one role that we mentioned before, the project coordinator role, is available for SkillBridge. We do have several others that are both open to direct hire and to SkillBridge. But if you're specifically interested in SkillBridge roles, like Audrey mentioned before, the best thing to do is to look at our website, HireMilitary.us. And we have multiple options. You can see just the SkillBridge internships. You can see just the permanent direct hire roles. You can also join our talent pipelines for both. So you can register on our website for our SkillBridge internships where you will be able to upload your resume. You can tell what types of roles you're interested in. And then our SkillBridge recruiters like Audrey and Buff can reach out to you directly to talk more about SkillBridge. Or if you're interested in direct hire, you can go ahead and join our direct hire talent pipeline to be able to find out about direct hire roles as well. I hope that answers the question.
It does. Thank you. Jake, our wonderful friend at Masonite, that is where we have an awful lot of our SkillBridge internships. He's asked, and I think, Amber, I'm going to pose this question to you. Do we recommend transitioning service members putting their SkillBridge internship experience on their resume? What do you think?
Yes, I would say absolutely yes. And when we think back to even Audryn's conversation earlier and kind of what he shared and things that he's learned, I think there's a lot of value in being able to see that experience and where people have been in that transition space.
Thank you. Tashana, you've asked if we've got any IT roles. Absolutely have we got IT roles. Take a look at our website, HireMilitary.us, and you'll be able to filter and see all of those there. Somebody asked a little earlier, so Larian, I'm sorry if I've butchered your name, but I tried my best. She said, do we here at HireMilitary offer any training required to get these certificates? The answer is no, because we are essentially a staffing agency, but we are huge advocates and huge champions of O2O or IVMF, as you may be familiar with them. If you haven't heard of O2O, definitely do a Google search now. You'll find them under IVMF, actually. And they are an organization, a nonprofit organization that supports veterans and military spouses to undertake and to take the tests, the exams of multiple and many certifications that are needed in the marketplace. For example, PMP, if that's something that you're interested in, they do that, and it's free to you as a service member or a spouse, or, you know, the HR accreditations as well, PHR. So definitely check them out. I think that's more or less it from us today. I did want to make you all aware that on Thursday, Mike Quinn, our CEO, and I will be holding our office hours. It's an hour of our time where we are on LinkedIn, but audio LinkedIn through the HireMilitary page. You can join us and you can actually ask us questions specifically to you with everybody else listening, so they get to hear your story, but also they get to learn from you and your queries about your challenges, your journey, anything that you ever thought you wanted to ask a recruiter or somebody who's been through the process themselves and set up a company as a result because of the situation he found himself in and wanting to be able to help people further down the line. So definitely do join us on that. And that is lunchtime. So that's 12 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. And I will drop a link on my page afterwards to share that event. But that event is already here on the HireMilitary page. It's been so wonderful to have you all here today. Great audience, great questions, great interaction. I'm so stoked that it's really warm in the rest of the US and not here in Alaska. But for the last time, Audryn, you are wonderful. Thank you so much for your service, both to our country, but also to us here at HireMilitary. It has been a pleasure, and I have enjoyed every second of it, and I really am going to miss you. Kate, it's wonderful to have you back. I feel like we've got a bit of a tag team here. We've missed you. We've really missed you. And Amber, you're just here all the time, and I love you. Don't leave me. It's been great, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.